rein ins zweite Achtelfinale und wir haben Besuch aus Wales, ein ehemaliger Rugby-Profi, der sich seit 2014 voll und ganz auf den Dartsport konzentriert, hat inzwischen auch einige Erfolge feiern können, stand beispielsweise im Viertelfinale des World Matchplay und ist inzwischen die Nummer 22 der Welt. Die Rede ist vom Iceman Gerwyn Price. Gerwyn Price tritt an gegen den erfolgreichsten Spieler aus dem deutschsprachigen Raum. Vor 14 Tagen, vor 2 Wochen gewann er die International Darts Open von Riesa. Es war sein allererster PDC-Tour-Erfolg, kam in der Woche darauf in Mülheim gleich in das Finale. Keine Frage, er spielt zurzeit die Darts seines Lebens und ist bereits die Nummer 12 der Welt. Aus Wien, the gentle Mensur Suljovic.
Second match of the day here at the Glass Palace in Sindelfingen, and it features a man who is on the crest of a darting wave right now, having won 1 European Tour event and reached the final of another this month. Mensur Suljovic finds himself in the business end of proceedings once again. He's up against an opponent who had to overcome the great young German hope Max Hopp yesterday. Had 1 or 2 episodes with the crowd as well, and he may well have the crowd against him today. Gerwyn Price certainly caught the eye yesterday in that 6-3 win over the host nation qualifier Max Hopp, and a match I for one am very looking forward to. Price has a good record against Mensur as well. Paul Nicholson alongside me for this one.
Yeah, we'll get into the record for Gerwyn Price a little bit later on, but you're right, Rob, this game is it's very interesting for me. Suljovic now probably becomes the crowd favourite along with Peter Wright. And we know that Gerwyn Price is not going to shy away from a little bit of crowd participation like he did yesterday with Max Hopp. So, yeah, very interesting game ahead. Someone who's on the crest of the wave, like you say, and a nice man who wants to crack his momentum.
Well, Price, a quarter-finalist last weekend, could well emulate that here once again. Made the quarter-finals in Gibraltar last year as well, did Gerwyn Price. But prior to Mülheim, there hadn't been a great deal for him to write home about on the European stage.
First leg, Mensur to throw first. Game on.
Not as of yet for Gerwyn Price, but I just get the feeling that, yes, he's had a couple of wins this year, which were away from the cameras. I think the next step for him is to do a lot better in the European events. And then the natural progression after that is exactly where Suljovic is right now, where we're going to be looking at Mensur Suljovic for majors in the next 12 months, because he is now won on a stage in front of a lot of people. And that is a very, very different
42.
thing to winning on the Pro Tour when there's no fans there.
Well, Mensur also caught the eye yesterday. He had the highest average of the second day's play in his 6-2 win over Nick McGowan. And that'll do his average the world of good 108.45 yesterday. And I tell you what, 60% on his doubles, 121 checkout, couple of 180s. It was a performance that ticked a lot of boxes yesterday for Mensur.
It certainly did. And we mentioned yesterday in commentary that he was hard enough to beat before. Now he's even harder to beat. He's playing like a top 4 player 45. In the world. Not just top 4 on the European Tour. But when you throw in the likes of Anderson and Lewis, Van Gerwen, Taylor, he's playing that well right now.
134.
One thing I spotted on the walk-on, though, is sometimes you see how superstitious and protective some of the dart players are with certain walk-ons and aspects of the game. Gerwyn Price skirted by our commentary box, looking ice cool as ever. Didn't have his darts in hand.
140.
He handed them to security, then security put them on the stage for him. However, Suljovic had them in his hand on the walk-on. That might be because some dart players do not like anybody else touching their equipment.
So you require
letting things out of their sight. I mean, Darren Webster losing his darts on the way to Riesa, losing everything on the way to Riesa.
Well, I need to say that Aaron Monk needs to take more care of his passport.
Suljovic then, double 18, and he is on the scoreboard with the first leg of the match.
100.
Well, he's pretty much picked up where he left off yesterday. He just isn't messing around And he isn't missing. And he doesn't even think he's going to miss. That's the thing. He'll hit a ton and think he's disappointed. Well, there's going to be no ton here.
140.
Look, disappointed with a 140. That's where he's at with his performance at the moment. Gerwyn Price is up against it today. Make no mistake about that.
Well, he may be up against it, but he's going the right way of getting back on track.
I remember a time when you would be on 161 after 9 darts and think, I'm going to win this leg. You're playing guys like Price and Suljovic these days, the way they're playing, and you might not get another shot.
140.
The game has evolved into this crazy monster.
That we all love very much indeed. Yeah.
Don't we just?
Well,
57.
Price is down to a finish. It is a big one. But Suljovic can put some pressure here. 140 or so would get him into contention for an early break.
The crowd is hushed at the moment. Early in the day, probably going to pace themselves with the noise.
65.
A lot of these guys would have been here the last couple of days.
64.
You never know, there might be a few sore heads out there.
You know, there's a huge queue outside the Glass Palace in the build-up when we arrived earlier today, and queuing up in the rain. It's absolutely pouring down in this part of Germany
80.
at the moment.
And last night we were
156.
absolutely baking in here. It's completely the opposite. It is a little cooler, but you guarantee it will warm up.
Well, 76 remaining for Suljovic.
100.
Just trying to set it up as best he can in case Price fails his examination here. Double 12 then for Price to level things up. That just nudges the wire. And a shout of "One" tells you all you need to know.
Oh, no one's going to argue with him when he shouts out like that. So funny yesterday when he was giving it the big one against Maxop. Everybody was sitting down, giving him no kudos at all.
Apart from one isolated, solitary figure in the crowd, just over, if you imagine, over the shoulder of Suljovic.
Yeah, he just stood up, gave it the big one, and he was the only one standing up. I thought it was hilarious. And he pulled me on it last night. I said, wait, you were so evident and so animated,
80.
it was hard not to see you.
Points on the carpet there for Gerwyn, and he scampered quickly to the board to rescue another that was looking as though it might just drop onto the floor as well.
We noticed a few of those for James Wilson last night, and I think something needs to be addressed with James Wilson's
60.
game at the moment. It's got a lot better. However, nowadays, with atmospherics in the arena, sometimes the boards get a lot softer, and you do get
100.
points dangling. You know, you do have to race to the board before it drops onto the floor. And one of the ways you can do that is the Kyle Anderson method. Put some grooves on the end of the point, and it stays in there. Otherwise, get a brick or a piece of sandpaper and just rough it up, and it's got more chance of staying in there. Just a little tip for you dart players out there. It's something that definitely I and Adrian Lewis has done in the past.
The advice line is open.
99.
Answers on a postcard. If you've got any other methods of doing that. The brick method, however, was advice from Simon Whitlock. He said if you can't find any sandpaper, just go outside, find a building and rub your dart against it, and that'll sort it out.
140.
Yeah, Suljovic just ticking over in this leg at the moment. Price looking to get to a sub-100 finish as well. And he's certainly done that.
140.
And then some.
Interesting now, because Suljovic was in control until that 140 from Price. And these are the ones he's been taking out. He took out a beauty of 102 last week.
Oh, well, he went 14, double 14. He's straight into the 11s.
74.
And he's squared it off, so he does come back for double 14. But Price might punish him here.
He might.
57 remaining. Tops then for a break of throw for Gerwyn Price. Oh, he loves that.
Gerwyn Price.
Well, could we be about to see the first time in a few weeks Suljovic getting upset early in a Sunday? He's got some things to think about. I can't remember the last time I saw Mensah Suljovic miss a single.
He looked quite anguished there as well. I'm pretty sure that Suljovic will be well aware of the head-to-head record he's got against Gerwyn Price. 4 encounters, 3 of them this year, by the way. Price leads the head-to-head by 3-1. And significantly, you could argue as well, the most recent meeting in May of 2016 in Coventry in the Players' Championship. It was a quarter-final on that series. Price won it 6-5 and went on to win the trophy. and the £10,000.
Could be an omen. We did mention that head-to-head record at the beginning of this game, and there's one thing I know about Gerwin is that he will definitely remember that, because when you win tournaments, you do remember who you beat on the way. It's just one of those things you just check in your own head.
It was Price who came out on top in a UK Open qualifier semi-final in February of this year, winning that one 6-3.
85.
Suljovic's solitary win, Paul, was against, was in Barnsley in the Players' Championship in March, 6-5.
So he's not beating him, you know, in early parts of tournaments. He's beating him when Suljovic is obviously playing well.
140.
And once he's found his rhythm and
absolutely
got
right.
into his stride, yeah. Well, shake of the head there from Gerwin. 85 remaining. Where would he go here? Maybe 9.
25, because he was trying to leave 60. Maybe that was a way of guaranteeing himself 2 shots at a double. I like the thinking of it, because if you had 85 and you went treble 15 and you hit the single, you may only have 1 shot at
I was going to say 19, thinking double 14, but that would have been for Mentor.
Treble 7, or treble 9, double top.
Either way, route to glory for 3-1, double 10. Just taking a moment, Gerwin Price, and it pays dividends. He consolidates that break of throw, and he leads 3-1, and maybe that head-to-head record is something that's worth looking at once again. It's something that I'm pretty sure Gerwin Price will be well aware of, and that just may be in the back of his mind right now. He has a hold over Mensur Suljovic, and he's got a hold of him here as well.
And he's going for that 170 start again. And I'm sort of digging it right now. A few weeks ago, I was puzzled by it, but I've thought about it a lot. I think he's just given himself the opportunity to go for the 170, 1619 data.
60.
He wants to create his own piece of history.
Yeah.
But at the moment, that's not bothering him. All he wants now is to get back on terms and give Gerwin Price something to think about, because Price at the moment is the slightly better player. There's not been a lot in this. Price has taken his chances. That 82, I think, was a big turning point so far.
Yeah. And again, Suljovic's average is healthy, but it's been embellished, if you like, by the fact he's not been getting onto the doubles. Gerwin Price has taken out 60% of his doubles, and his average is standing at around about 99.8. So I know which one I'd rather have.
43.
Not really bothered what the average is, as long as I've got 3 and the opponent's got 1, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
But we're seeing a lot of players in good nick this week, and you've got to take into consideration. Wow, great dart from Suljovic.
And just look at that, it leaves the love of his life, double 14.
I'm not sure what his wife would say about that. But how tired is Suljovic after the last couple of weeks? That was my point.
It may well be beginning to take its toll.
Yeah.
He'll be welcoming a breather, but there isn't really the opportunity for one, because the action comes thick and fast. Players' Championship events later this month as well, and then we're into the World Grand Prix at the start of October, or end of September into October.
Mental record 28.
Yeah, Players' Championship events in 2 days' time. Basically, if you want to breathe, put some extra oxygen in the gas tank and get inhaling. No time for breaks, especially in this game.
2 from 2 on his doubles. Mensur Suljovic both on double 14.
So he's gone back to old school tactics. Over the last couple of weeks, he's spread himself around the board a bit more.
Yeah, I mentioned that in Riesa in his semi-final, where he had obviously a 6-5 win.
If in doubt, just go back to old favourites.
But it was varied, and there wasn't one single double 14 finish in that semi-final in Riesa.
Yep, that's right. Sometimes when you're under the cosh a bit, and you present yourself with the opportunities to leave a favourite, just do it. Because it makes you feel so much better. Every dart player, I don't care who you are, you might say that they're all the same size, but there is definitely one double that you don't like.
60.
Yeah, that semi-final was against James Wilson. It just escaped me for a moment or two there.
We will see James Wilson later on. I've heard a rumour that he's so ready for this
99.
game.
Not just ready.
So ready.
But so ready.
Oh, Oh, Price has done very well here to get down to 167 after 9 darts. And he's forcing mistakes from Suljovic. So to keep that break of throw in hand, he needs a treble. Doesn't want to give any hint of weakness to Suljovic, and that's a very good dart.
Yeah, certainly needed that. And as you say, doesn't really want to give Suljovic too much encouragement at this stage. Just needs to keep his, or just to keep that
41
breathing space between
90.
them.
65 remains. He might stay there now. I think that's in.
Tops for a 4-2 lead.
50.
Just above the wire, but he will be back.
Yep.
Suljovic is 200 behind it.
No reason to panic yet, unless Suljovic fills it up. Could we be seeing the bête noire or black beast for Suljovic? Could the bogeyman for the gentlemen for Suljovic be the Iceman?
Game on.
It could well be. It could well be a 4-1 scoreline in their head-to-head standings. A 4-2 scoreline in this third-round match here in Sindelfingen.
Yeah, it was Kim Huybrechts that brought up the Black Beast saying last week in Mulheim when he finally got a win over Terry Jenkins.
177.
Well, we've had a lot of different winners here, haven't we?
We have in the past.
We could be looking at another. Gerwyn Price can win this tournament. Don't even think about the fact that he can't.
89.
Yeah, Kim Huybrechts champion last year against Peter Wright. Mervyn King the winner in 2014 against Michael Smith. Price looking to fill it up once again. Could be on for something special here. Well. Dare we dream?
Well, I'm the one that spooked it by saying on social media that there was going to be one today. Gerwyn Price, I don't think, has had one on the Pro Tour yet, so he likes double 12.
105.
So it'll be 2 60s and double 12.
44.
Most importantly, this is a shot to get this leg. Now, forget about it. Now, what you want to do is leave it handy and hope that Suljovic does not take out
60.
the shot that Ian White took out last night, the maximum 170 finish.
Yeah, we have seen it this weekend, and if it happens again here. Okay, it's on the Suljovic throw, so it won't be particularly damaging. It's not going to happen anyway. And Gerwyn Price now will really fancy his chances of establishing a 5-2 lead here, and that would leave Suljovic with plenty to think about and plenty to do.
Well, Suljovic will need snookers if he hits this. It's right in the middle. That's a plum 60. Is this a plum double 12? Well, he's hit it in this match on a marker before. He's done it again. Price is bossing this match. Absolute bully tactics from the Welshman. The Austrian now does need snookers.
He needs to win 4 on the spin.
A flick go into throw
and Mentor Suljovic, maybe his September of dreams is about to come to an end.
Well, Suljovic has been extremely good and extremely steady for a good long time now.
139.
On paper, this should be the tightest match of the day with number 9 and number 8 seed, but that's slightly misleading because Suljovic has been winning and making finals over the last couple of weeks. So if we were to do seedings as of yesterday, he probably would have been 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah. Suljovic is 2nd at the moment on the European Tour order of merit. And
57.
An exit here for Suljovic might just open the door for Peter Wright to climb back above him in the European rankings and claim the number 2 seed for the European Championships in Hasselt. But of course we do have another event to come in Hildesheim next month 60. As well, so what will be will be.
We were talking this morning about how Phil Taylor for the European Championship in Hasselt,
he's out of the top 8 now.
He's not going to be seeded, which is very tasty indeed. It's the same thing for the World Grand Prix. There's not many seeds. It's an open draw, almost, and it just adds that little bit of spice. You could potentially get 2 huge heavyweights playing each other in the first round.
Yeah, and Gary Anderson's way down the rankings as well.
He won't be bothered about that right now. He's on holiday.
Maybe a bit of fire still left in the belly of Mensur Suljovic here.
If you get an 85 here, he still might have a poke at this leg, you know. Oh, and he didn't want that.
25.
That gives 6 darts to Suljovic from 156.
Just could be the little opening he needs just to get himself going here. 96 remaining. Well, he will be back.
Suljovic wins this leg.
96.
Then
Goes to
holds.
5-3. He holds. The crowd get involved. Gerwin starts getting a bit twitchy. Could have been a totally different game.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen it so many times before.
140.
But that is
And he
brilliant,
requires
brilliant
60.
application of pressure from Gerwin Price. Mensur Suljovic, this has to go, you feel. 2 bites at double 20. He only needs 1, and we go on to a 9th leg. And a reason to believe
Ninth leg, Mensur to throw first.
for the fans of Mensur
Game on.
Suljovic and indeed the man himself.
3 out of 3 on doubles for Suljovic as well. Good stuff. That's why I say he's going to be dangerous in Dublin at the World Grand Prix. He's just dynamite on doubles.
58.
Oh, well, he needed something more than that to get himself going in this 9th leg. Price can pounce on this, maybe.
Oh, he's
in
pouncing on it
style
all
as
right.
well, yeah.
174.
I wonder if there's anybody in the world that he's afraid of, Gerwin Price, because he's sure not afraid of 3,000 German fans and a very big, statured Austrian.
He's got a big ring of security in between them. Though.
100.
Well, could he set himself up for another 9-dart chance?
Well, he's going the right way about it. That's 4. That's 5.
I'd probably switch now, you know.
There's a lot of room, but he's...
What do I know?
There was a lot of room, but he didn't really exploit those gaps.
Oh.
He went right in the middle of the bunch, and on we go again. Gerwin Price, 6 perfect darts in the 7th leg. 6 perfect darts in the 9th as well.
59. Go
Well,
in
it's like Hogan's Heroes.
147.
I know nothing. Well, it doesn't matter, Gerwin, because most importantly, you are in control of the leg that you could win to get yourself through to the quarterfinals. And he'll take that.
73.
He will definitely take that. Because he'll come back for 74. And then he could be going back to the hotel for a nap. And re-prepare for tonight's game.
99.
Against
Go in, you require
the one and only
74.
MVG. 56 it is, separating him from the quarterfinals once more. Gerwin Price is through. He's taken
And
Mensur Suljovic out.
Price.
Mensur Suljovic, for the first time in September, is not going to make a final on the European Tour. Rob, is that a shock?
Well, Suljovic's special September has come to an end, a 3rd round exit, but not really a shock when you consider the fact that Suljovic may be feeling a little bit jaded. But let's not take anything away from the performance of Gerwin
Was für
Price,
ein
extending his
Glanzauftritt
head-to-head
von
record
Gerwin
over
Price.
Suljovic to 4-1.
Suljovic spielt
And Gerwin Price
runter
once again is a
Average, verpasst kein
quarter-finalist on the
einziges Doppel
European
und verliert
Tour.
dennoch mit
Plenty to
3:6.
admire about his
Applaus
performance
für den
today.
Gentle.
6 perfect darts in 2 of those legs as well. Some stylish finishing, and maybe something for Michael van Gerwen to think about later on. On stage next, though, Michael Smith and Stephen Bunting.
Didn't miss any double, and you win 6-3. That's good.
Yeah, I thought I played a little bit better than yesterday. I scored pretty well. A couple of sloppy darts here and there, but I think I played pretty decent for a change.
You hit twice, 6 perfect darts. We want more.
So do I. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I hit the 6 darts, perfect darts, the next one's nowhere near. So hopefully, if I'll play Michael, I'll hit the 9.
Someone who plays like this is able to beat Michael van Gerwen, the #1 in the world. That's your next opponent.
Yeah, obviously, I'm in the tournament. I've got a chance. If I play well, obviously I need to play well against Michael. He's #1 in the world. He's not #1 for no reason. But like I said, I'm in there. I'm just going to give him my best shot.
We're looking forward to that match. Thank you very much. Gerwin Price.